Doing? I have been on for a while. Real life calls, and then into sectors that I frequent. I don't get on my nerves right now. I'm gonna do my best not to curse, but I gotta talk about a sensitive type of topic right now. Not that sensitive, not to me, but YouTube, a bunch of simps. So anything you talk about, they want to have an attitude and have a problem and age restrict you and all this other crap. It's all good though. This first. You think I'm gonna talk about Boruto today, but no, I'm not. We're gonna talk about your president, not mine, Donald J. Trump. So right now, Donald J. Trump is having the Supreme Court listen to a case about Lisa Cook, who is the head of the federal governors. Not like I know what that means, but seems like a pretty high government title, right? Really esteemed or something like this. And of course he says that she doesn't need to have her position because she owned 2 homes or something. Shabu. I tried to understand it, but all I saw was racism. All I could see was, he's mad at this lady that he thinks she got in under the DEI program. And he'd rather give it to some white guy. Or some ignorant, propaganda-loving white lady. And I really don't have a problem with that, if they're more qualified. But this lady is very qualified to do her job. And I don't know why the Supreme Court can't see that this is a pattern. I mean, he tried this shit with Letitia James, who is the Attorney General in New York right now. Tried the same shit, failed miserably. So now he's trying again with another black woman. Sometimes I wonder why he hates black women so much, especially when it's not necessary. Here's my problem with your president. If someone can do their job, let them freaking do it. But we all know with him, they're not going to do his job. They're going to do the job. Right? Most people don't care about this president. They would rat's ass. I guess I cussed, huh? Most people that did not vote for him do not care about him. Let's put it like that. And he is so into anti-DEI. My theory on that is because white people are now the minority in this country. So he's telling white men that, if they're being discriminated against, they should contact HR and all this. If you admit that you're in the minority, you can do that freely, But you can't do that either. That's why ICE is in Minneapolis right now. A place where there are only 130,000 undocumented immigrants as opposed to the 2.1 million undocumented immigrants in Texas and the 1 point something million in Florida. What's the difference between Minneapolis, Minnesota, and these other 2 states? Texas and Florida are Republican states. And this poor little state is Democratic. There's another pattern here, if you notice. I'll tell you. If you notice, all he cares about is, his own personal agenda. He's going after all the Democratic states. He wants to go against New York. He wants to go against California. He can't stand the governor out there in New York because that man is handsome and that man has a little bit of sense, It's a pain. Um, I mean, he has to come to many realizations. My boy is very delusional. He thinks people like him. They fucking don't. He thinks he's saving somebody. He really is not. Because I don't know if you guys realize this, but please tell your white friends that the tariffs hit here first before they hit other countries. The tariff is made for us. It is not made for them. This is why Ronald Reagan, when he first started putting out tariffs, realized that this is not cool. Ronald Reagan put out so-called tariffs and caused caused a recession. Okay, it took a couple years, and of course we bounced back. But usually, whatever damage a president does within their term, it takes the next president at least one term to halfway fix it. We all know that, right? Hello, everybody. We all know that. I'm just, excuse me, I'm tired of the racism. That's all. And trying to disguise it as anything but that is pretty stupid to me, right? Like I said, if this person does a good job overall, let them, but we all know that this president is a petulant child, a 79-year-old child. And people with dementia act like that, you know? Clearly, you can see I did not vote for this man the first time, nor the second time, and I won't. That doesn't mean I have a personal issue with those that have. I know a couple people that voted for him who are black, who are cool with me. And I understand why. And just because I understand why they did it doesn't mean I have to approve or I have to say, hey, that's the wave. Doesn't mean I have to hate them either. But those MAGA people are really hard to like because most of these MAGA people are racist. They don't like me, so why should I like them? You see, I'm going to use these American rights as long as I'm an American and as long as I have them. So if it is my American right to speak how I want to speak, let me do that. If it is my American right to not like you if you don't like me, let me do that. I don't have to put my hands on you. I don't even have to talk to you crazy, nor do you have to talk to me crazy. Okay? See, one thing I strive to be is a human being. Being a black woman is pretty cool. It's awesome. I'm sure being a white woman is pretty cool for you. Awesome for you. Being a Spanish woman might be cool for you and awesome. Being a Chinese man or, whatever race you are is cool. But times like these, we should focus on being human. Right? All black people, regardless of what they went through. I mean, I'm not sure if it's programming or what, but I guarantee you if you ask them what they wanted the most, they would tell you to be treated as a human damn being. It's not that hard, but it is for most, right? So now Lisa Cook unfortunately has to testify in front of the Supreme Court. She's not breaking any laws. But why shouldn't this president get charged for false claims? Should Letitia James and this lady file a counter lawsuit citing discrimination? I would. Racism sucks, yo. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we're all Americans here. And unfortunately, for the rednecks, who are just as poor, if not poorer than me, your race no longer matters. It's about money. If you ain't got no money, these people don't care about you. Okay? You are the lowest on the totem pole. You are just as bad as the black people. And God forbid, upstanding black people who can do whatever they need to do properly, fairly, and excel at what they do, but now have to be hampered because of the color of their skin and some racist dumb fuck messing it up, right? What if there is no white person that could do the job like she does? Now what? We fuck up the country again? One more way that we fuck up this country? I mean, I just wanted to pose that to you all. I just wanted to speak on that real quick. Somebody's benefiting from all this bullshit. Millionaires, if you are benefiting from all this bullshit, karma is going to hit you hard. I want to say that because you're human too. And you're bound by the laws of karma. All this money that you can't even spend to do what? How? You should share it, right? That would be nice. Hey, solve the U.S. debt. Okay? You know, put some money into healthcare so we can all have great healthcare, right? But no, we all allow for tax breaks for the rich while the poor suffer. And white people, you're a part of this too. Stop thinking you aren't. That's what gets me fucked up. To all of you who are white, who do not feel what I'm, feel the way that I'm saying, you're not that person. I'm not talking to you. If you are a person that values human life, you don't care about race, you do care about people, whether you like Trump or not, I could care less at this point. Just know that even if you do like him, you are affected by his bullshit. You are the first one affected by his bullshit. I want to get rid of Obamacare, but Obamacare is putting half of y'all in the hospital, making sure that you're alive. See the ignorance? Oh, he was black, so he didn't do right by you. Oh no, that black man did right by you. And now, just because this white man comes in and says blah, 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 you allow him to undo what? Good things for you? Stupid. It's stupid. Once again, a tariff is a tax. The tariff circles to the company in the United States that's going to import from whatever country he's putting a tariff on. So whether he put the tariff directly on the country in question or on the U.S.-based company that's about to import whatever it is they need to service you, you're going to pay for it. Okay? I saw a wonderful video on Facebook yesterday. Sorry, I'm fighting a cold. And it was a teacher. And she was white. And some people would think she's a lesbian because she was dressed tomboyish, That didn't matter to me. I don't give a shit about that, I really don't. What I do appreciate her saying was explaining exactly how tariffs work. And at the end of the day, either way, we are going to pick up the cost, okay? So if you find the video, that's great. I forgot her, the handle, but I'll look for it and post it if I find it. I got the video from someone else, so I want to, hook up the original person who did the video. But basically, she said that your president wants everything to be made in the USA. Nice thought, right? The problem is that we don't have the manpower. We don't have people smart enough to do half of the shit that needs to be done. We don't have the resources to do half of the shit that needs to be done. Most of the parts that make up a cell phone comes from Congo, okay? AKA real life Wakanda. And it just so happens that both sides of the Congo are on the list of people who cannot come into this country. They're going to have a hard time coming into this country. I don't think they care. Because someone's going to buy up their materials or steal it or whatever the case may be. It's a whole brain mind fuck over there too. So we don't have the manpower, like the skills, we don't have the resources, and we don't have the location, okay? Because everything is way too expensive out here. So giving the example of Apple, Apple is about to build a huge factory in India. Why did they choose India and not America? Is it because of space? No. I'm sure they can, there's plenty of space here in New York, plenty of office buildings and all that good stuff, but they need a factory, not office space. Where are the factories in America nowadays? Who knows? They're barely here because we outsourced everything thanks to Daddy Bush. You see, Ronald Reagan fucked us up with tariffs, right? We were in a recession, inflation was super high, all of that. People were in an uproar. In order to fix the tariff issue, George Bush, I don't remember which one is Baby Bush and Daddy Bush. What Daddy Bush said is have a whole outsourcing movement. You know, we're going to outsource everything to other countries. We're not going to have them in America no more. And for a long time, you know, if you called customer service for Apple, you would not get an American. You would get an Indian person or a Chinese person or another person, which would frustrate you for many different reasons, right? Now you don't even have to worry about them. It's about to be all AI, fucking up more jobs, right? Right. How smart are you? So your Daddy Bush decided to send a lot of jobs out, out of this country to balance out the tariffs that were placed upon us at the end of the day. First of all, I'm surprised that a lot of older people, or even people my age, don't remember that shit. I mean, I was a child when that happened, but I remember it. I remember my parents talking about inflation and all this. I remember people upset about Ronald Reagan and these goddamn tariffs, and they hope they never see these fucking tariffs again. So, you know, it's crazy that how a lot of Americans don't remember shit. Like, is it in the food? I'm about to not eat in America anymore. But I guess I'm eating good because I still remember. You know, who voted for that dumb shit? To bring it back. Which is why I didn't vote for this food. Okay? So now outsourcing has happened. Where are the people with the skills to be able to do the things that we outsource for? They're still in those other countries, and now we can't bring half of them back because of some dumbass visa thing. See, he's trying to push the narrative to force Americans to reach a stage that the evolution is not quick enough. Nowhere near it. I mean, I still think Common Core is the devil. So you can't tell me that we're smart. Half of these children today don't even know how to write cursive. Not that that means anything, but they don't know how to write a check, balance a checkbook, anything like that. So what are you really trusting, right? You know, it's a fucked up cycle. See, Donald J. Trump, in order to solve this United States problem filled with idiots and, you know, underachievers and all that good stuff, especially among his people, it doesn't take trying to take over Greenland, okay? Taking over Greenland is not going to solve your problem. Taking over Canada is even more stupid, okay? And let me explain to y'all why. I don't care if there's no one in here. I'm just going to explain to you why trying to take over Canada is stupid. Canada is a British Commonwealth. Canada, though it has its own prime minister, blah, 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 it is under the protection of King Charles of England, okay? So basically, you can't fuck with it. You love King Charles so much, you really think King Charles is going to say, hey, you can have Canada? Are you an ass? Their economy is good, okay? Their economy is real good. And clearly, them not fucking with us because of tariffs are hurting us, okay? Tourism has gone down so much in this country. Not only in this country, but even in New York. I live in New York. Hardly see as many tourists. The number has been cut by half. At least half. I'm hearing more and more people talk about, I've never been to New York and I don't care and I never want to go because it's just too expensive out here, you know? I know a lot of people that live here that they're ready to leave. Some people still cling to that American dream, but a lot of people that live in different countries are like, yo, the American dream is bullshit. So, you know, why am I here? What's the point? If the Supreme Court allows, going back to Lisa Cook, if the Supreme Court allows for Lisa Cook to lose her job over bullshit, it'll prove that they are just as racist, if not more so, than Donald J. Trump. And it is okay to be so and not be fair and balanced like they're supposed to be. I mean, Congress is pretty much ineffective. All these things that Trump is doing, Congress should have stopped from the beginning again. But time and time again, he has found a way to circumvent them, even to the point where, fuck it, they can't do shit about it. Because all the Republicans are in Congress or whatever the case, House, Senate, who cares? And it's stupid. Blind loyalty is stupid to me. I need to know what's good. I'm not having blind loyalty to demons. I don't do that. I don't think the Most High God wants anyone to have blind loyalty. Right? Oh, yes, they say the Lord says you must obey me. You must do this. We don't. We got free will. We do not obey the Lord, okay? We sin all the time. I'm sure you break at least 3 commandments every day, okay? Most of us live in delusion, so like it's just ridiculous. And dear white people, you will soon be treated like you are the minority. Unfortunately, those of you who exercise your white privilege, that will soon disappear. Since people don't care about the Karens and the Kens, you're just wasting breath. We all have cameras. We can film each other, put it out. It'll be viral. America is filled with trolls who will dox you for the good or for the evil. Okay? I'm not a fake person. I'm a real person. Right? And I love respect. And when I don't get it, I act out because I try my best to give it. And I don't care anymore how people feel. If people take offense to what I say, so be it. Hey, African goddess, how you, boo? This is the first time seeing you, child. Hey, been darling. So with that being said, I'm about to get out of here. But before I get out of here, I want to issue an apology. Dear Greenland, that's good, babes. I'm glad to hear that. I am fighting a cold right now, so please forgive me. Dear Greenland, I, as an American citizen, apologize to you for this bullshit. Dear Americans who did not vote for this goddamn fool, and I didn't either, but on behalf of the MAGA idiots and the people who were fooled into voting for him, I apologize, because they're not going to do it. To the people who voted for his dumb ass and are now seeing the bullshit, you're not a millionaire. Welcome to karma. You should have been smarter. And I'm not going to have a lot of pity for you. The more you complain, I don't care. Suck it up, buttercup. That's what he tells everybody else, right? So suck it up. Dear Nigeria, apologies. Dear Venezuela, apologies. I don't care what the fuck you guys are doing. He wants your oil. He's gonna do what he can to take it. So I apologize to you for that, because should nobody steal shit from you. You know. And I'm not saying that going to take somebody out of office or blah 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 is a bad thing. If they do some terroristic act to us, sure, right? I don't know what this Venezuelan guy did to us except hold back oil. And as far as I was concerned, Venezuela was giving oil to the U.S. or whatever. But once again, we are lacking the resources to follow through. Do you know what country also has zero resources and literally has to import everything? England. England has zero resources available to them. They have to import a lot of shit. And they're doing pretty well, you know. Their pound is strong as hell. And our dollar is decreasing steadily. You hear me? So, you know, it's crazy. Dear whoever else I need to apologize to, that is a country that has to be bombarded with the bullshit that is this president, the man who is doxing like messages from leaders that we shouldn't even see. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why I should see any text message from the prime minister of France to the president. Just handle this shit, you know? But you voted for this piece of shit. And I apologize as an American citizen. Please do not lump me with these other motherfuckers, okay? Please do not. I beg of you. If I need a button that says, please do not lump me with these MAGA motherfuckers, I'll get it made, okay? Alright? Yeah. That's all I got for now. Peace out, y'all.